How's it going, guys? Fizzler, and today I'm here to bring you guys the Pick'em challenge or the Pick'em crew, I guess, for the ICBA, the International Competitive Battling Association, which is a mouthful of words, if you guys can probably tell. I am here now on the ICBA channel, as you can probably see by me being here. I am going to be giving you guys the Pick'em crew, or the Pick'em, whatever it's called really, for Season 2 of the ICBA. I'm not sure whether the D-League is going to get a Pick'em. I'm pretty sure it is not, so I'll just be here to talk about the Pick'ems for the Season 2 of the regular ICBA League. So, let's just head straight into it. I'm gonna start off with my own picks for this week. Looking at the first matchup, the Green Bay Pikachu's coached by Jacob as always against the Silesian Sceptiles coached by Paper. Looking at the teams that both these people have brought, plus I'm also looking at the coaches as of not just looking at the teams. Personally, I have no idea who Paper is. I've never heard of him, so still kind of unsure as to what his battling skills are, etc, etc. I do know Jacob to a certain degree. He's a pretty alright battler. He's like a playoff contender, I'd say, currently in the ICBA. Then when I look at the teams, Megaladios is on the Pikachu's side, and I see that doing very, very well against the Silesian Sceptiles team, especially if it's something like a Calm Mind variant with Store Power and Dragon Pulse. It absolutely destroys the team that Paper has currently. The only real thing that could be a check to the Latias would be a Scizor, which is on the Sceptile side, but it still kind of is not very well, because the Pikachus do have a nice Chandelure, which always is able to revenge the Scizor. So that's why my pick for this week is on the Green Bay Pikachu's. Has to do with the matchup, because Megaladios is just really, really strong. Plus it also has to do with me being a little bit more familiar with the battling style of Jacob than with Paper. So the second game is between the Worcester Wolverines, coached by Equas Not Funny, up against the San Diego Wimples, coached by Alpha Lycanroc. So for this game I have Equa. I'm a little familiar with Equa. I've been in a league with him. I actually played against him. I did win that game, so I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for that one. I do think Equa is gonna win this game, as I feel that his I kind of have to re-look at the teams again, because I kind of forgot them. I mean the it's actually the San Diego Padres. Wow, I thought it was the San Diego Wimples. Well, we learn something new every day. Mainly Alpha Lycanroc has the flinch core, being Jirachi and Togekiss. He does have a nice Mega Charizard X, but outside of that, the main thing that I see with the team that Alpha Lycanroc currently possesses is that his team is very, very slow, and the Worcester Wolverines have a Megaladios sitting right there, superior as well, both of which just, I think, naturally outspeed the entirety of the San Diego team. Let me double check that real quick. They do. The only real thing that is actually above 100 speed is the Creagonal, which doesn't outspeed Latios naturally, and it also doesn't outspeed the Superior naturally. So it isn't a kind of a drag, those two, for the team of the San Diego Padres. So I do see Equa is Not Funny winning this game. Moving on, we have the Portage Herdiers up against the Golden State Wartortles. The Herdiers coached by Point Blank, and the Wartortles coached by, let me double check because I'm unfamiliar with the team, Dominic Malone. So I have Point Blank winning this game. Main reason is because Point Blank, I'm a little familiar with him. I am in a server with him. He has been doing pretty decently in the matches that we play on that server, and I think he's gonna be able to win this game. He has the Mega Mawile in his team. He also has Mew in his team, which, if I recall correctly, does have access to the Munion Z move. He also has my favorite Pokemon, being Staraptor, on his team. And when you look at the Wartortle side, for those mons there aren't really good things. For example, there is literally nothing that Dominic has that switches in on Staraptor well. He doesn't have a Metagross, but that still gets you KO'd by the Close Combat, especially if it's a Bandit variant. I think only if it's a Bandit variant. But when we look at it, the Portland Herdiers also have very good ways of checking the Metagross, as it has a Mega Mawile, a Garchomp, a Mew. All do very well against Metagross. So I do see Point Blank winning this game based off him. I'm a little familiar with how he plays, not really familiar with how Dominic plays, and I think the team matchup is just slightly better. Heading into the fourth game, the Newcastle Umbrians up against the Battlefield Torcat. For a change, I'm actually quite familiar with both of these players, as it is of course Aberforth up against TIE Finder. Nowadays it's called 76. I still know Ty back from the days that he was TIE Finder 23. Shout out to those times. So yeah, I do see, I didn't even look at the teams for this matchup purely because I think that Aberforth is a really good battler. I've seen Ty play a lot. I'd say he's on average when it comes to draft league play, but Aberforth is literally top 10 when it comes to draft league player. So I see Aberforth winning this game. Outside of that, we can take a quick look at the teams. As I said, I didn't really look at them in the first place. But Aberforth does have a nice Deoxys speed on his team, which can be very good against the team that the Battlefield Torcats have. They do have a crossbow, but Deoxys speed does get access to Nasty Plot and stuff like Dark Pulse and Shadow Ball. Battlefield Torcats do have a pretty decent team, or pretty good team actually, with the Necrozman and McGearna combo, then with the Dougie to trap certain stuff. But I still think that with the battling skill that Aberforth has, that he will take this victory over TIE Fighter 76. Heading into the fifth game, we have El Scissor, coach of the Borussia Dortmund, up against Max Rupture, coach of the Tasmanian Toxic Rogues. I decided to go with Lars in this game, as I feel that from what I have seen from both of these coaches, Lars is pretty good at draft league. I mean, he's been in the GBA for a decent amount of seasons now. Has been doing, I guess, average. I'm not super up to date when it comes to GBA stuff. Max has been doing pretty well in ICBA as well. I'm pretty sure he did make playoffs. Don't quote me on that though. He might not have, but I've seen him in another league as well, and he's been doing pretty well over there, or moderately well, I'd say. But I still think that with El Scissor's experience, most notably, and his access to Speed Boost Blaziken, which I think is just insanely crazy to have access to, I think that El Scissor is able to pick up the W in this matchup. And into the sixth game, we have the Great Lake Greninjas up against the Reno Acerola, or the Rhode Island Rotoms, excuse me for that. Reno Acerola is next game, which is top up against the Isolate. That's his name. So yeah, I'm not super familiar with both Top and Isolate. I've seen Isolate make it to what was it? Was it semifinals of last season? I'm unsure. I'm not super sure as to what Top is familiar or known for. Haven't really seen him achieve anything moderately big, I guess. I'm not super familiar with all the leagues that he's in. Also, his team is pretty good, but I'm pretty sure it does get outclassed by the Great Lake Greninjas, who have access to the Aegis Slash. And when you look at the team that the Rhode Island Rotoms have, with a Latias and a Mega Scizor, Aegis Slash just kind of beats them, especially when there's also a Mienshao and a Braviary, a Gyarados. All those physical threats just get straight up beaten by the Aegis Slash. So I do think that the Great Lake Greninjas will be able to pick up the victory in this matchup. Heading into the seventh game, we have the Reno Acerolas up against the second place finisher, being the Calgary Flame Wheels, coached by none other than my good buddy Deeps. We'll look at the teams. Where are the Acerolas? I'm not gonna swear on this channel. I only did it on my own. Where are they? Oh, there they are. So the Reno Acerolas do have access to Mega Metagross, so that could be a very big thing. But when you look at the team that the Flame Wheels possess, I'm pretty sure they have a nice check to the Mega Metagross. They do have access to stuff like the Reuniclus. They also have the Mega Absol, which just really pressures the Metagross to a good degree. So in all, I think with Deeps being, I think, slightly better as well. As I said, I'm not super familiar with everything with everyone as of right now, but I do think that Deeps' battling skills are better than the Acerolas' battling skills as of right now. Still unsure of that, but we will just have to wait and see. And then the last game, this kind of was a might sound kind of disrespectful, but more of a no-brainer as well. We have the Carolina Pantherians, coached by Techno, up against the Oregon Ducklets, coached by Johnny GB. I do think that Techno is going to win this game. Techno has been doing very well in a lot of different leagues. So me not being super familiar with all the achievements that Johnny has, plus me not being familiar with what he has done in the past, leads me more towards the Carolina Pantherians winning this game. So that wraps it up for my picks. We can take a quick look at all the picks that all the other analysts make for this season of the ICBA and the picking crew, of course. We have Greg, Azar, Ashi, Xion, Neon Zero, Jake, and Derp. Kind of unsure who Derp is when it comes to the analysts, but these people will also be giving their picks for this season of the ICBA. We're gonna look at the first matchup, Borussia Dortmund against the Tasmanian Toxic Rogue. It's pretty one-sided. They all have the same pick as me, being El Scissor and the Borussia Dortmund fan, so not really a whole lot to talk about that. Then we have the Reno Ace Rodas, or the Reno Ace Rodas, I did it again. The Rhode Island Rotoms up against the Great Lake Ninjas, which is more of a 50-50, because if we look at my prediction, I predicted the Great Lake Ninjas to pick this game, but as you see, there is a nice split between the other 6 people that are going to be doing pickups, so that's going to be a good game, and that's something that you guys are definitely going to have to look forward to. Then the Reno Israelis up against the Calgary Flame Wheels. Again, a pretty lopsided pick, really, for this game. Everyone is picking the Flame Wheels to win this game. As you can already kind of tell, a lot of lopsided games, really, because the next game, the Golden State War Turtles up against the Portland Herdiers, everyone predicted is predicting the Golden State War Turtles to win this game, except for me. I actually picked, if you guys remember, I picked the Portage Herdiers to win this game, because I do think that I'm a little bit more familiar with Point Blank, as I said, so I think that he is going to win this game. Then the Carolina Panthers up against the Oregon Ducklets. Again, everyone's just showing major disrespect to the commissioner of the league and is picking his opponent to win. So Techno, what it looks like, everyone is predicting him to win this game. Then the what is the Septiles team? The Silesian Septiles. Nice, and I have no idea. Whatever. Moving on. The Silesian Septiles against the Green Bay Pikachus. Everyone is picking the Pikachus to win this game. So that is looking like a fun matchup. And then another more evenly spread matchup. The San Diego Wind Padres up against the Worcester Wolverines. Again, only Azar, Derp, and me picked the Wolverines over the Padres, and then the rest decided to go with San Diego in this game. So that's going to be a nice game to look forward to as well. And then last but not least, we have the Battlefield Rockets against the Newcastle Umbrians. Everyone decided to vote for Aberforth as well, which in my mind it makes sense, because everyone is also, I think, a little bit more familiar with Aberforth and know that he's a very, very, very good battler. So we'll just have to wait and see how everything's going to turn out in week 1 of the ICBA. Next week I will return with the second video, of course, talking about all the results from or not talking about all the results, just giving a quick record update, I guess, and then I'll talk about the picks that I will have for next week and the picks that all the other Pick'em members will have for next week. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you guys next week with another Pick'em video here on the ICBA channel. I'll see you guys then. Goodbye, guys.